Hi, this is Anita from 5 Minutes with Art. Today I want to talk about a part of the United States where many of you, like me, may love it and consider it one of your favorite states if you've traveled there. But at the same time, maybe you don't know much about the art in this place, and I am talking about, of course, Hawaii. I've written a blog entitled 11 Interesting Facts About Traditional Hawaiian Art. What's really interesting about Hawaiian art, which most people don't understand, is there's really considered to be three main periods of Hawaiian art. And they are, first of all, would be the pre-European art. This was the art that was produced before any Westerners came to Hawaii. This would be before 1773 when Captain James Cook arrived in the Hawaiian Islands. So before Captain James Cook arrived there, the Hawaiian Islands had art that was very similar to the art for the rest of Polynesia, because it is a Polynesian country, or it was a Polynesian country or Polynesian island during that time. The next period of art is non-native Hawaiian art. Hawaiian art began when the first Westerners arrived in Hawaii. Some of the first Westerners to come there were actually artists, so they began to paint Hawaii as they saw Hawaii. The third one would be Hawaiian art with Western influence. So this is once Westerners came to the islands, the Hawaiian art and a lot of the native art began to merge together into this art form, which became an art form, which was basically a Western art and materials, which had Hawaiian influence, and maybe, they had Hawaiian subject matter. You can go on and you can learn like some of the different types of art, like some of the traditional Hawaiian art that was being produced before Captain Cook arrived on the islands. It's art which is actually very similar to a lot of the art you find in Polynesia. A lot of this art might be done on mats. It might be done on different types of fabric. Also, tattoo would have been an art form too, which would have been used and considered an art form. But then Western influences came and they began to change art. And a lot of the Western influences, they began to change. They began to paint scenes even of traditional Hawaiian scenes about Captain Cook arriving. There's a painting by George Carter in 1783 that shows about Captain Cook arriving on the Hawaiian Islands. Another way that's really been changed, which is interesting, is Hawaii has this art form of quilting. If you've ever gone there and seen some of the Hawaiian quilts, this is an art form which was very highly influenced by the Westerners that came there, and today is still very much of an art form, which is very distinctly Hawaiian quilts. But at the same time, it's considered an art form, but it's taken this Hawaiian twist to this Western art form. The Hawaiian quilting was taught by Christian missionaries when they came there, and they taught the Hawaiians about how to quilt, and it's an art form that's still being used today. There's also Hawaiian School of Art, which is it's called the Volcano School of Hawaiian Art. And this was formed by a group of non-native Hawaiians who started to paint dramatic scenes of Hawaii's two active volcanoes. So you can see this volcano art form that has some of these beautiful art being painted of some of the volcanoes. Hawaii has some king statues too that were done. And art has been very, very popular, throughout Hawaii, because Hawaii has, in 1967, Hawaii became the first state in the United States to implement a law called a percent for art law. That states that 1% of all construction costs of any new public school or state building would be designated to acquire art. So these works of art could be purchased by commission or by outright purchase. So, that's really sort of emphasized the art in many of these state buildings. That's why when you go into schools and beautiful state buildings, you'll see some wonderful artwork being done there. I also have a list, if you're going to go to Hawaii, of places that you can see, where you can see some of the art throughout the world. Actually, there's a great collection in, of all places, Germany. And you can also see them in some museums in Hawaii itself. You can see some great art in some of the museums there if you happen to go to, in particularly, Honolulu. What's really interesting is the word for the art in the Hawaiian language. There's no specific word. In fact, there's several words for art in the Hawaiian language. So if you're interested, you can go onto my blog and you can see some of the words that are used in Hawaiian for art. If you happen to be traveling to Hawaii, going to Hawaii, and you're interested in art, this would be a great blog for you to read to get some idea and understanding of art, Hawaii, and the Hawaiian culture. I will put a link into our blog so that you can go onto it if you're interested in it, and that you will be able to go to Hawaii with new eyes for art and what art means to the Hawaiian Islands and the Hawaiian people. Thank you so much for listening. This is Anita with 5 Minutes with Art. We appreciate you, our listeners. And thank you to our technical team who's put this all together.